Hey everybody, I'm Ivonix, and this is Enderal. I finally made it to Riverville, and now it is time to investigate the background of the Magister Yero, who was afflicted by the Red Madness and killed a bunch of apprentices. So his childhood friend Alfred is right over here. So let's talk to him.
Who are you?
Just a traveler. You are Alfred, right? The childhood friend of a man named Yero?
Yero. This is about his death, isn't it? The rampage.
Right you are. You've heard about it?
Of course, who hasn't? Yero was one of us, after all. It is terrible. Simply terrible. You want to hear an old man's opinion, though? I always expected that something like this would happen. Malthus, forgive me for talking about a keeper like that, but it's the truth.
You mean you saw it coming? How?
Hard to explain, really. Come on, let's find somewhere to sit. It'll be easier to talk that way.
Oh, well, we have this convenient bench. Okay. Alright.
Well, Yero. That's quite a subject, you know.
Mm-hmm.
You were right when you said we were best friends. Our fathers knew each other. For as long as I can remember, Yero and I were getting into trouble together. At least, until his mother died.
Not of old age, I assume.
No. Bandits killed her in broad daylight on Penny Road. Today these incidents are common, but not back then. The road was considered safe. Very safe. She was on her way to Ark, accompanied by 3 other women, and they were set upon at the pass. None of them survived.
Tragic.
Yero was shattered. I think the worst part was how his father went downhill after his wife's death. The fishery decayed, and the poor guy filled his days with boozing and sleeping. It changed Yero forever.
How exactly?
Well, that's a good question. On the one hand, he became a man, despite his tender age. On the other hand, something inside him woke up, so to speak. A desire to make more of his life. Old Mother Jenica noticed it and took him under her wing. He learned how to read and write, and soon he knew all the holy verses by heart. When he didn't have to help his drunken father, he helped in the village as much as he could.
He transformed his grief into productivity. Sounds like a rather positive development.
Indeed, that's one way to look at it. It wasn't long before he was the jewel of the village, the striving young fisherman destined for great things, even though he was only on the path of a manufacturer. And then the inevitable happened. A keeper of the Order came to Riverville to see the prodigy with his own eyes. And behold, in addition to Yero's ingenuity, he also had a slumbering magical talent. The keeper took him away, and a few months later, he started his novitiate. Since then, I've only seen him once or twice, as he rarely visited Riverville. I don't think he ever noticed how much that hurt me.
That's sad. Is it that uncommon for someone on the manufacturer's path to get a chance to become a keeper?
If one of the manufacturers makes it to Sergeant of the Guard, it's reason enough for a bard song. He must have been the first novice in centuries who was not of the sublime path. So yes, it is uncommon. More than that.
So what did you mean by I always suspected that something like this would happen?
Oh, it's hard to explain. I believe it was the way he was talking about his grand plans. How he wanted to make the world a better place, to become the greatest keeper since Lorem Waterblade. Underneath all this, there was an anger. anger mixed with deep grief and disappointment. I don't think he was aware of it, because he drew all his strength from that anger. The strength to do all this, to learn and to work day and night, but it frightened me, like the Blue Death. It slumbers inside the pathless mage who believes he can master magic without the Order's help. At first, it grants power, but then, one day, it bursts out in an unholy wave of destruction, turning him into one of the monsters in the old songs. Anyway, I'm just an old man. What do I know about these matters? Now let me go to sleep, my dame. All these memories are making me weary.
Well, you knew, knew enough, because, I mean, he was your friend when you were kids, but hey, alright, thanks for your help.
Yes, of course.
Okay, tell Jaspar about Alfred's stories. The way he talks about it almost makes it seem like, Yero was too much of an optimist, and was continually let down. Well, before I go and tell Jaspar about what Alfred had to say, I'm going to go find that strong box that Yero purportedly threw into the sea shortly before his death. And then we will go and talk with Jaspar and just get it all done in one fell swoop. What is this? Is that just a harmless hunter, or is it another highwayman? Bandit camp discovered! Great! Great! And if I go down there, he's probably just gonna attack me. Yep, there we go. Yep. Hey, buddy. Die. Oh, shit. He moved further away than I thought with all that brush in the way. Oh, there's two of them. There's two of them. Damn you. Ah! Fuck. Where'd that other Joker go? You really like skedaddle all the way over this way? Wait. Oh, this takes two hands, okay. Where are you? Oh!
That's all you got? That's all you got?
Yes, it is! As I run you through. Is that all of them? Yes, that was both of them. Okay. Yeehaw! Moon carrot. Awesome. Heals my health instantly. Thank you very much. Take all that stuff. Here's the other guy who I didn't find at first. Okay, anyway, now onward to finding that strongbox. Oh, and hey, there's another magical symbol in this burned old fishing lodge. Peaceweed? Cool, scribbled parchment. What does this say? I've told Ladia that the bandits could become dangerous, but she will not leave this place. These bastards watch our house every night. Tragic. Now your house is burned down. But at least you left some stuff behind for me. Oh, and there's the burned corpse. Human flesh, human heart. Okay, I'll take it all. Why not? Okay. Already killed the pit rats. The strong box should be right over this way. Oh, hey. I took that salmon. I didn't even throw it very far offshore. Yero's diary. Okay. I'll just spar about Yero's life letters. Oh, it's almost nighttime. Oh, fucking crab. And what? Oh, God. Oh! What the heck? These two look like they're having a lovely, lively conversation. Good heavens. I was just about to say, what the hell's that giant crab, or at least crab shell over there? But, wow. A little mini chest. Some pennies. Wine, I'll take that wine. God, that guy looks like he just can't believe what he's hearing. Well, I will leave them to it. What on earth? What on earth? That's a gigantic crab shell. Alright. Let's just go on up to Yero's house and meet up with Jaspar. First, we'll grab an ice claw. Grab random stuff as we find it. Okay, I'm ready to go inside. Apparently inside is the cellar, which is the only inside that really, remains of his, house, it looks like. Frickin' pit rats. I will burn you to death. Die. Just, get this last one over here. Yikes. Disciplines of Magic Entropy. Sure, I'll take that. This stuff. Anything back here? No. Blueprint small backpack. And blueprint leather curious. I can never remember how that word is pronounced. Chest. Some random stuff. Okay. And what on earth is this blood splatter over here? Okay, yes, I know how to pick a lock. New lock picked. Rancid potions. Soul gem. Staff of healing. A broom. Skeleton. The Skinner in Wild Magic. Okay. I will attempt to open this apprentice jewelry box. Ah! There we go. Ring of Stamina. Awesome. Footprints of the well-traveled one. Set item. Cool. Chisel and knife. Hammer and nails. Horseshoe and iron ore. Peaceweed, spoiled cheese, peaceweed, spoiled cheese. Turniers. I'll just take all this stuff. Mug. King mead. The footprints of the well-traveled one make sneak 4% better and increase stamina by 4 points. That's cool. But anyway, I think we've dallied around up here enough, so let's go into Yero's cellar. Oh, spooky. There's my little quest marker. I'm guessing just Spar, I hope, is over there. First I'll just grab all this random stuff. Yep, that's just Spar. I was about to say, like, oh, I hope it's him and not, like, a trap where I just find his dead body or something, but... Oh, there's a pressure plate. The highwayman. Yeah, I'll take all your stuff. And that weak torch. Silver plate, silver candlestick. So I mean, I'm guessing like darts or something shoot out of those holes if you step on the plate. Let's see. Oh, spears. Spears! Of course, I just had to stop and realize, genius that I am, that I got so distracted by seeing that weird giant crab shell and then those weird, bizarre skeletons sitting there on the beach that I completely forgot to actually read Yero's diary. I mean, for God's sake, I'm just like, okay, it's time to go see Jaspar. But yeah, first let's fucking actually read the shit that I found, so I actually know what's going on, for crying out loud. Okay, first letter. My name is Yero Sunwind, and this is my first life letter. Last night, Sierra and I had a lengthy talk about our plans for the future. At one point, Sierra noticed that a lot of visionaries tend to become cynical. The reason being they lose sight of their goals. These documentations shall record my aspirations. In moments of weakness, I want to read these, to remind myself of what is dear to me. Well, this is the first one. Just yesterday, the Keeper of the Order from Ark visited the village, and if that weren't enough, he also detected some magic inside of me. Is that even possible? Me, an Arcanist. It's difficult to express my feelings with words. I feel like all my hard work is finally paying off. Interestingly, this arouses a peculiar, somewhat morbid thought. Maybe it is, in some sad way, even good that my mother passed away. Why? Because it opened my eyes. Now I don't feel anything other than a lack of understanding, and yes, even anger towards the simpletons of the village. Both the children and adults. Day after day, it is always the same. They get up, work, and let themselves be amused by the bards in the evening. They can't see what's happening with this world. Oh, can't they see what's happening with this world? The world. Everything they pass on, should it really be just a brief inscription on a stone? Sierra is different. She understands me. She shares my dream. And if Master Igraz accepts her as an apprentice, we could continue to be as close in the novitiate as we are right now. Second letter. 15 years have passed, and a lot of my wishes have come true. Sierra and I are now living together, but with the craftsmen instead of in the temple quarters. It has been 5 years since I completed the Holy Trial. Despite what I had originally planned, I have decided against the military path, and will be a schoolteacher instead. Why? Because I believe that I can reach a lot more people by sharing my vision with the young rather than fighting in wars. Such things might sometimes be necessary, but they stand for everything that I stand against. Beyond that, the Trukesa has recently adopted the food bank bill, which Sierra and I developed together. Twice a year, rich Enderalians are obliged to contribute a handful of pennies into a chest, with which the poorest in the Undercity are bought a warm meal. The reactions were mixed. Some agreed almost enthusiastically, while others were outraged. Oh yeah, handful of fucking pennies, how dare they. Often I would hear things like, it's their own fault they live in misfortune, or if they would actually work they wouldn't starve. Such people make me furious. What cursed ignorance this is. Of course it's easy for them to see the sky from the top of their ivory towers, but they will never understand the plight of the poor. Despite how angry this letter might seem, I'm quite content overall. I'm starting to feel as if I have a purpose, that I'm moving in the right direction, and my happiness is due in no small part to the woman who has always stayed by my side throughout all these years. It's strange. I know you will probably never read these pages, just as I might never see one of your letters, but still, I have the feeling as I'm writing these words that I'm talking to you through the ink. With that in mind, I love you, Sierra. Third letter. Sierra is dead. Killed by a group of scoundrels as she was delivering food for the food bank in the Undercity. How quickly these words have been written down. But how can I express this anguish, this emptiness, even remotely? It sounds so absurd. I'm talking to a piece of paper because no one else wants to listen to me, nor could they even remotely understand what this means to me. Sierra always told me that these letters would give me strength, but they don't. These lines appear unfamiliar to me. Everything feels wrong. I feel wrong as I get up in the morning. I feel wrong when the sun hides behind the cloudy sky at noon, and I feel wrong as I lie alone in this big bed in the evening. Malthus judges suicide to be a sin, since every one of us has a purpose in life to fulfill. But could this really be my purpose? I might have 30 winters left at most, depending on whether or not an illness snatches me away, and behind me I can see nothing but failed dreams. Our damned food bank has led to downright wars at the banquets of the Undercity, the rich trying to weasel their way out of making payments as much as they can, and in front of me I can see nothing but fog? That seems most fitting. So tell me, Malthus, is this really to be my path? Is this my purpose, to be a failure whose fate it is to die alone? My thoughts are chaotic, and I'm tired. I don't want to keep writing. Okay, well, now that I actually bothered to stop and read that, things certainly took a sad turn for Yero, it seems. Okay.
Sorry. I know.
Yeah, shut up, Jaspar. Just... wine. Ice Claw. Well, okay. Question now is there's... interact rope. So yeah, it's a fucking tripwire sitting here. And he's already around the corner, so I'm guessing he just kinda, you know, stepped over it and left it completely set up there for it to fucking kill me. God, thanks, Jaspar. Yeah, that was some lovely darts. Glad I didn't get hit by those. Disciplines of Magic Psionics. I'll take that. Amphora. Empty wine bottle. Empty wine bottles. Taproot. Huh. Oh, another pressure plate. With a mace on a chain. No, thank you. Hey, buddy.
Well, if it isn't my new friend. Any luck?
You could say that. Alright, yeah, I had a chat with this Alfred. He seems to think that. Tell Jaspar about Alfred's story.
Well, that's interesting. Good work. That only leaves the mysterious object in the water. I'll have a closer look around here in the meantime.
No, I already have it, buddy. Yeah, I found what Yero tried to get rid of. Here, have a look. Show the letters to Jaspar.
Interesting. I didn't know about his companion's fate, to be honest. Irony of fate, isn't it? Murdered by those you wanted to help.
Indeed.
But the Order will definitely be interested in these letters. Well done. That should be all we need then. Splendid.
Okay, cool. Did you find
I
anything?
did, and now I finally know what to make of it. Come, follow me.
Okay. Hold on a moment once I look at what's on this table. Learning book, +1 memory point. Awesome. Push of enchantment, rancid, garlic, Eterna ears. I think that's all. Okay, wait! Wait for me, Jaspar. Oh, there he goes. Can I, like... look around and take other stuff quickly? Encyclopedia Arcana, Magic Part 4. Take a quick look around before going and talking with him. Empty chest. Lantern. Penny coins. Soul gem. Leather helm. Oh, Starling lock. Interesting. Can't interact with it. More empty wine bottles. There's another one of those. Yeah, I can't do anything with it. Probably something to do with why he's down there that I'm going to talk to him about, but...
I present a Star People's lock. And I bet my buttocks we'll find another answer behind that door over there.
It said Starling Lock, not Star People's Lock, but okay. Star People's Lock, I've never heard of that before.
Doesn't surprise me. This kind of lock is usually only found in treasuries or castles. But they can be picked, though that's going to be quite the challenge without the bolts.
You need bolts to open them?
Normally, yeah. It's quite simple, actually. Every keyhole has a matching bolt that latches into place once you insert it. And once all the keyholes, 5 in our case, are latched, the door the lock protects opens up. If you don't have the matching bolts, however, you should prepare yourself for the most frustrating break-in of your life. That is, if you don't happen to be Jaspar, who knows a little trick.
How convenient! What kind of trick?
You can use wooden sticks instead of bolts. They'll break a couple of seconds after you put them inside the lock, but if you manage to get all 5 sticks into place before the first one breaks, you can basically trick the mechanism. It's all about speed, in other words. So I'd say you do the running, and I'll wait near the pressure plate.
Of course.
You ready?
Okay, so I think I saw like... So 3 of them there. Okay, there's one more down there. Alright, guess I'll just give it a try.
Splendid. Here are the sticks.
Thank you, bud.
All right, go!
Ah! Oh, shit. Okay. Okay, there's the second one. Ah, here's the third one. Ah, okay, here we go.
Brilliant.
Yay!
We're really good at this. Now let's take a look and see what the old Magister didn't want anyone to see, shall we?
It's like a goat hide, but I can't pick it up. Okay. Yeah, jeez. It'd be fucking awesome to have a random giant cave system under your house like this, but... Oh! Oh no! Oh god! My freaking... fire staff isn't gonna be help against a fire elemental, I'm guessing. Why is there a body in that casket sitting there? Whoa, no!
A fire elemental. Not a weak one. This Yero knew about magic, that's for sure.
That's for sure. Why is there a corpse right there?
What exactly this is supposed to be.
Yeah, that's what I'm wondering. What the fuck? A corpse? It's Sira, isn't it?
At the risk of blowing your mind, I had already figured as much. I suppose that's his companion.
Yeah, yep.
Though it's interesting that he was already on the wrong side of the law way before his rampage.
He was on the wrong side of the law?
Well,
why?
burials are considered heathen here in Enderal, and have been forbidden for about 300 years now. Here, corpses are always cremated. The whole thing's called the Last Journey. The deceased is taken to a place he or she considered special during his or her life, immediately after dying. That's the only way the soul can move on to the eternal paths. Sounds very poetic, but I'm pretty sure the only reason the Order introduced the law was to prevent plagues. Plus, they might have noticed that too many lost ones running around on trade routes aren't that much fun for wanderers and traveling merchants.
So burying someone like that is considered a crime?
Yeah, but of course that only goes for the little man. The rich and powerful still tend to their family crypts.
Of course.
And there are still plenty of old vaults around from the time before this whole Last Journey thing was begun.
Of course.
And it's good that way. What would life as a treasure hunter be like without the notorious noble looking for family jewels in a century-old grave?
So what now?
Let's take a look around and see if we find anything.
Do I need to examine the corpse? Oh, good heavens. I eat some food and heal myself. Anyway, apparently the thing I needed to find is right beneath my feet. Yero's memorial book. Let's read. Beloved Sira, this is my final letter to you. I'm writing it to ask you for your forgiveness. Forgiveness for murdering you. What? Because that's what I've done. I can very well imagine how you would react to this if you were still alive. You'd smile, shake your head, and tell me this was one of my moments, when I tend to blow everything out of proportion, but as much as I would like to believe that, you'd be mistaken. No, it wasn't me who ended your life, but I still bear the responsibility, for it was I who let it come this far. Why? Because I was the one who deceived you. I was the one who told you those ridiculous tales of heroes and idealists. It was I who told you that only cowards give up, and it was I who infected you with all these ideas of mine, which were no more than foolish illusions. I see it now clearer than ever, but I didn't then because I had made a mistake. The mistake of thinking that this world wants to be saved. It sounds trite, doesn't it? But the more you think about it, the more apparent it becomes. It doesn't. It never did, and it never deserved it anyway. And yes, I can imagine what you'd say to that too. That I became what we always loathed. But, Sierra, just look around. Look around and confront reality. Confront the world we live in. Look at how much we have and how little we appreciate it. Look at how we could work together, but we fight wars instead. Look at how we could choose love, but instead choose hatred. It's never been different, Sierra. And no, there's no hope, no matter how much we tell ourselves there is. And it hurts me to write this. It really does, but it's the truth, plain and simple, and I'm tired of clouding my mind with all these lies we tell ourselves again and again just to avoid confronting the obvious. Mankind is at its end. A Quiranian philosopher once wrote that there's a point in our lives when we make a choice. The choice either to live valiantly, but in austerity, or to live corruptly, but in pleasure. The latter is what this philosopher calls choosing the void, because that is what's behind the surface of the supposed attractiveness of it all. And do you see where I'm going, Sierra? All of them. All of these numb-headed fools around us chose the void. We were among the few who didn't, among the few who dreamed of something more, and who were willing to sacrifice for it, and we might have even had succeeded if we hadn't been alone. But we were, Sierra. We were alone. And now they all talk of a red madness that infects our minds. Madness? It's so simple, don't you see it? They realize what they have chosen. They realize that their lives are devoid of sense, of purpose, and they can no longer look away from the truth. That they in their cowardice, that they in their ignorance shaped a world with nothing in it worth living for. And no, I do not say this lightly. You should know this better than anyone. I wanted to believe it. I wanted to believe that there's a way, that we had only to try hard enough. But what I see here, your withered body, shows me that all our plans were doomed from the start. We should have fled to some remote island to become old together, but we didn't. And now I'm here with your blood on my hands, all because I infected you with my folly. I'll go, Sierra. I don't know whether something awaits me after death, or whether it's just darkness, and to be honest, I don't care. But before I go, I'll give this world what it deserves. Do you remember what I wrote? They had the choice between virtue and void, and they chose the latter. They shall have it. So, what I'm getting from all of this is that the red madness is what happens to you when you embrace nihilism. Or something like that. Hey.
What's that? Let me see. Uh-huh.
Take a step back, buddy.
Tragic ending for a tragic personality, I'd say. Well, I think that should suffice.
What do you think about all this?
Well, what should I think about it? Yero was a self-righteous fool, just like all these do-gooders are. They celebrate themselves as great messiahs as long as everything goes well, but once they fail, it's the bad, bad world that's responsible for it. The wise hermit has a good saying for that. People are only idealists until it starts to hurt. He and his lady should have simply stayed in Riverville.
Well, I don't know. I mean, I don't know. It's like, yeah, I mean, being a bit of an idealist isn't necessarily a bad thing, so long as you don't go to extremism in some form or another. But I guess in Yero's case, he does have a point.
Glad you see it that way.
Jaspar appreciates that. So what's next? Are we going to Ark?
Yeah, we are. Here, I've got 2 teleport scrolls that can take us right back to Riverville. Just meet me in the tavern once you're ready to go. I have some stuff to take care of, so there's no need to hurry. Farewell.
Thank you. Meet Jaspar in Riverville. Whoa, what's happening to you? Are you teleporting? That's what happens when you teleport? You float into the air and then disintegrate into magical nothingness? Wow. That's kind of creepy, but pretty awesome. Well, let's follow suit. Boom. God, I had to let go of the mouse for a moment there. Oh, here we go. Whee! Boop. Boom! Anywho, now that I have thoroughly looked into the past of Yero Sunwind, I'm going to end this video here. So, next time we will head on off to Ark and see what awaits us there in the big city. So, thanks for watching, and until next time, rock on.